So this is how we do homemade tortilla chips, which technically aren't a tortilla. It's actually one of the mission wraps. Well, I suppose it's a tortilla. So we're gonna chop it all up into tortilla chip shaped triangles and then deep fry it. So the key is to put it straight into the oil and have the basket to push it down, because the tortillas are so light and airy, they'll kind of stay on the surface. So you kind of need to push them down into the oil so that they cook evenly. So let's give it a whirl. Take a handful and just hope for the best. Yeah, maybe another handful. So half of what's there. So that was 3 whole wraps. Alexa, volume down 1. So you can see them cooking off all of the surface. Just give it a nice little nudge in. See that smoke coming off? If the oil needs to change. So let's increase the fan. Now I should have a pair of tongs handy. Here we go. And your container to stick it into. So probably about, I don't know, a minute maybe. You'll know when they start to get a bit of a brown tinge on them. So let's chuck it in the sink for a sec. Yeah, like so. Get our, yeah, they're getting there. Need a bit more coverage. I'm gonna have to find a way to put this down, and then start picking them up. Now you don't want to overcook them because they will start to dry out and get super crispy. You don't want to undercook them because they will be soft in the middle. So there's a fine line between burning yourself with oil and picking up chips, and I think I just did the first. So ouch. I used to get it flat in your tongs instead of sideways. So that's a lesson learned. But actually, here we go. Let's just keep on going. You can always flash them back in, but you've got to get them out of here now before they start getting too brown. Yeah, there's a few there that need to go back in, like that one. Let's do that. And that one. Shit, almost did it again. So this is where you say kids don't try this at home. Get someone older and stupider than you to do it. Let's have a look. They're looking mostly cooked. We'll do a quick refresh and a dump. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3. Push, push, push. Bloody all the burns will pop up tomorrow. Not now. That'll do. It really, really will. And the key is to let them drain as long as possible so that the oil doesn't soak into the chip and when you bite into it burst and burn your mouth off. So let it drain, and you also need to be sure to season them while they're still hot so that the oil kind of makes the seasoning stick. So they're looking pretty good. Let's find a way to dump them in. Alright, so while it's hot, I've got some that one, and that one, and just a liberal seasoning of this. Can't go wrong with a bit of onion butter, bit of that, and some around it. always have more in the next round. So let's do the next round while my hands are still burning from the oil. Yeah, it looks safe. Another handful, and it goes. A bit of fear. You always have a bit of fear when you're doing this kind of thing at home by yourself with no one else to save you in case of emergency. Just there's always a bit of stupidity with doing these things. That phone in one hand when you're playing with something that's 170, 180 degrees. Yeah. So let's have a look. Can't really tell. Yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll see those burns pop up. So most of them are submerged. Now these are a great way to get rid of those wraps or tortillas that are starting to get a bit older, maybe a bit crusty. They'll still all cook the same, and at this rate you'll kill off any bacteria or any fungal bullshit that might be happening. Needless to say, you could do a compression and get similar results, but why else do you buy wraps really to make a wrap? But this is option number 2, 3. Another way to use your wraps up is to make quesadillas, which really tasty and a good way to use up your leftovers. That fan's up high. Now all that smoke's burnt off, we can turn it down a bit so we can hear a bit better. Yeah. So that oil should technically be a lot clearer, but yeah, we should probably change that next round. Anyway, let's have a look at our chips. A wee bit more seasoning. It's always better to have too much seasoning than not enough. So they say. Oops. See, if your basket ever loses the handle like this, you pull it back, catch it under the end back there, and click it into place, and you're back on track again. A bit of a pro tip there. Not that this is professional in any way, I've just do by failing. Look at that, the colour's coming out nice again. Let's stick it up there. There we go. Now carefully grab your chips before they burn. Looks a bit darker. The careful you are now, that the better you'll last till next time. These are looking a lot darker than the last round, which means they'll taste better, right? Just a few left, and then we'll toss it in with the others and season it up some more. Yeah, that's a close one. Now don't go and season it and think if they're not cooked enough and throw them back in, because you'll just burn all the spices off and you will have a lot of smoke going straight into your exhaust and your nostrils, and you will not enjoy it. There we go. Now switch your oil off before you forget. What do? We season some more. Too much is better than not enough. Squiggle it around. You can get your tongs in there, why not? It's all kind of sitting on the bottom. Now, a few broken clips are always good because they help absorb up the oil and the crumbs, and putting a paper towel down will stop any excessive oil from soaking into your chips. Now, they'll be hot, so let them sit in a few minutes, but enjoy them while they are hot because they are delicious. This ends this video. I hope you enjoyed making your homemade tortilla chips from Mission Wraps. Beauty, mate.